Reality is a lie. You buy a new car, and suddenly it's everywhere. You notice a friend's cracked phone screen, and it seems like every other person you see has the same issue. It's as if these things multiplied overnight. But in reality, nothing has changed except your brain. You've probably experienced this before, walking down the street, and suddenly that exact car model is everywhere, or every person you see has a cracked phone screen. It's a strange feeling, like the world has shifted to highlight these specific things. This phenomenon is tied to a much larger idea. Your brain is not a truth machine. It's a survival machine that constantly edits reality to save effort and protect your existing beliefs. Once you see these edits, you can't unsee them. The fact that your brain didn't make those cars or cracked screens more common, but rather made you more sensitive to them, is a perfect example of this. Two systems combine to create this illusion. Selective attention now flags the thing every time it appears, and confirmation bias makes each new sighting feel like proof of a real spike. The world didn't change, your filter did. Researchers have named this the frequency illusion, and it's the mechanism behind the popularly named Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. But that is only half of it. This is just one of the many ways your brain edits reality. Another way is through confirmation bias. You think a certain phone brand is unreliable, so every time you hear about one breaking, you go see, told you, while ignoring the hundreds that work fine. This is because once you hold a belief, your brain preferentially searches for, notices, and remembers information that confirms it, while unconsciously filtering out or downplaying anything that contradicts it. This makes existing beliefs feel more supported by the evidence than they actually are. For instance, you might read a review of that phone brand and only remember the negative comments, while glossing over the positive ones. This bias is one of the most reliable in cognitive psychology, and it affects everything from how we recall memories to how we search for information. But how does this relate to the way you perceive reality? Well, when you're shopping for a new jacket and it's marked down from 200 pounds to 80 pounds, it suddenly feels like a steal, even if 80 pounds was always a reasonable price for that jacket. This is because of the anchoring bias. The first number you're shown becomes a mental reference point, and every judgment after that gets pulled toward it, even when the number is arbitrary or irrelevant. Your brain adjusts from that anchor rather than evaluating the new number fresh. This is why sales prices can be so effective. They create an anchor that makes the new price feel like a better deal than it actually is. In reality, the true value of the jacket hasn't changed, but your perception of it has. But that is only half of it. Our perception of reality is also influenced by how we remember experiences. A holiday with one amazing sunset and one terrible argument, followed by a nice final morning, gets remembered as great, even if most of the actual days were mediocre. This is because of the peak-end rule. Your memory doesn't average every moment of an experience. It's disproportionately shaped by the most intense point, the peak, and however it ended, largely ignoring duration and the boring middle stretches. For example, you might have a great time at a music festival, but if the headlining act is disappointing, you'll likely remember the whole experience as disappointing, even if the rest of the festival was amazing. In the end, it's clear that your brain is constantly editing reality to save effort and protect your existing beliefs. It's not a truth machine, but a survival machine that uses shortcuts and biases to navigate the world. Once you see these edits, you can't unsee them, and that's a powerful realization. It means that you need to be careful about what you think you know and always consider alternative perspectives. So, if you want to stay curious and keep exploring the many ways your brain shapes reality, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more content like this.